what do you make of the McGregor-Mayweather dance that appears to be going on right now? What do you make of this, Jim?
I have mixed feelings. I'm not a big Conor fan, even though I know he's a great fighter.
Why not?
I don't know him. It's hard with MMA for me to root for anybody because I interview most of those guys.
Yes.
And once I don't talk to somebody, whoever they're fighting, if I like them, I root against the person I haven't talked to. It really is that simple. It's like you wind up liking them all personally. So it's like, how do you pick who do you want to win?
Okay.
I'm not,
if you interviewed Conor McGregor, your opinion of him might change?
Oh, yeah. I met him once. He was lovely, but I just didn't get a chance to talk to him at length.
Okay.
The time I met him, he was great. McGregor and Mayweather, though, look, I mean, Mayweather is, I don't like Floyd Mayweather. I find him irritating. But he's one of the greatest defensive fighters of all time. It's like, how is McGregor going to match up? Because McGregor's used to having a bunch of weapons. He's used to being able to do takedowns. He's used to using his knees. He's used to using kicks. And just the fact that you are not going to be able to use those weapons, I think that Mayweather would win that fight.
Yeah, I mean, everyone believes that. But and the other way around, if that was available to both McGregor and Mayweather, McGregor would win that fight. Right?
In a full MMA fight?
Yeah.
It would literally go less than 2 minutes. They did it at one time. Randy Couture fought James Toney. And Randy was actually older than Tony. And I think in the first round, he took him down with a single leg and he destroyed him. It's not fair to a boxer. They're just not used to having to defend their legs.
So why are we talking about this?
Because Conor is amazing at promoting himself. Like, he's really great, and he does what he says he's going to do. Like, he does nothing but beat up people I like. Like, I constantly think, oh, this is a bad fight. He fought Eddie Alvarez at New York. And, that's a bad fight for Conor. And I'm like, oh, yeah, Conor's probably going to get knocked out. Eddie's tough. He destroyed him, I think, the second round. So every time you think Conor's going to lose, he wins.
What do you like going to these matches? I mean, when you're sitting there, chill? Are you chill, or you get into it?
I get into it. So I'm such a fanboy. Like, I do the podcast twice a week with Matt Serra, the former welterweight champion.
Yep.
And it's so much fun, but I can never be totally detached like an analyst. I'm a fanboy. And the idea of watching these two guys walk into this ring, or the women fighting, are amazing and just as exciting as the men. And, Ronda, even though she's had, two really tough losses in a row to Holly Holm and then Amanda Nunes, the women's MMA is no joke. I mean, Joanna Jędrzejczyk is fighting. Jessica Andrade, I think, is the undercard for the Miocic fight. That's a great fight. It started a couple of years ago. Dana said there would never be women in the in UFC. And now it's like I look forward to some of those matches as much as the men.
Sometimes it's the biggest ticket.
Yeah, I mean, they're really great. Ronda was at one point the biggest name.
No doubt.
And then she lost and went away, and now it's Conor.
It's lost. I do love watching him, and I do love
Conor,
seeing. Yeah,
he's fun.
I think he is fun. He's fun, and how he goes about his business, I think, is really fascinating. And I think certainly as the MMA and UFC gets bigger and bigger, I'm just wondering what his role is going to be. As this sport, and also obviously the UFC matures.
Well, he's the guy. I mean, again, since Ronda especially took that second brutal loss, there isn't really anybody on his level of the ability to draw or the ability to get headlines outside of mainstream, like in sports.
With a tweet.
Yeah.
With a Facebook post.
Yeah.
Within one picture. Even when there's a fan where he post a picture with a fan and cut the fan out? Just even that alone was something that people were talking about.
Dude,
he looked great. He thought he looked great, so he just cut the fan out of the photograph and put it up there.
I was in the garden. I took a picture next to Conor's car.
Did you really?
48 years old. I had the Notorious on the side of like a Rolls Royce. I'm like, that's kind of cool.
Now,
there's something about him, though. I'm really happy that he is in the UFC, and I hope he stays in the UFC.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.